Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Devin, back with a brand new video, and today we're going to be reacting to more kind of politics, political situation, however you want to put it. Okay, my light's on. I was like, it really does not feel like my light is on looking at this camera. However you want to put it, they tend to get views, and I kind of tend to get into them when I start recording them, so that's why we're reacting to it. Unfortunately, this woman was gunned down by ICE. I try to be unbiased in these videos, but I feel like in this situation, you obviously know this is not right. There is a lot going out about, oh, it was self-defense, she was trying to run him over, but he was to the side, and she couldn't even really run him over, but he still, it's a whole thing, and it's not the only clip of ICE kind of acting this way, or being, abusing their power, especially with the weapons.
And
so let's
anger
see.
in Minneapolis this morning after an ICE agent shot and killed a woman. And we have to give you a warning here. The video you're about to see is graphic.
They're gonna
You'll
show
see an
it?
ICE
Or
agent
they're gonna
stopping
blur it
a red
out,
SUV
obviously.
yesterday. One tries to open the car door. The driver reverses and then pulls away. This is the ICE agent approaching the vehicle. There's the vehicle reversing. Now the officer on the
Okay,
other
he's to the
side of the
side,
car, as the
but
SUV
we'll see.
pulls away, opens fire. The SUV then
As she was moving, the
slams
car's
into
still
a
going.
parked car. Officials say the
Fucking
woman
shit.
killed was a U.S. citizen and not a target of...
I don't see anybody in front of the car. I'm just gonna say that, unless there's another perspective that they don't show, that she was hit from another perspective. It didn't look like the guy from the side like hit her. I don't think he flanked her or some shit like that, but I can't really tell.
The ICE operation.
It was hard to tell. That was
White House
pretty
is
quick, and that
calling
was
the
him.
shooting an act of self-defense against what they describe as
Yeah,
domestic
it wasn't him. That's
terrorism.
from the
But the
front.
Minneapolis mayor strongly
of
rejected
self-defense, of
those
course it
claims
is.
during a news conference.
I feel like ICE could gun down a 3-year-old in the middle of the street, and then Trump and the White House, whatever, they would all defend it. Like, it really does feel like that. Like, but I'm not gonna be stupid here. That is a bit of an exaggeration. It just
They
feels
are already trying to spin this as an action of
they have an
self-defense.
unfair amount of power.
Having seen the video of myself, I want to tell everybody directly, that is
This appears as an attempt to kill or to cause bodily harm to agents, an act of domestic terrorism. Our officer followed his training, did exactly what he's been taught to do in that situation, and took actions to defend himself.
Now, the FBI and state officials are investigating the...
She wasn't going like fast or like directly at him. They were on her, right, trying to pull her out the car. And this has been a bigger thing because this wasn't a brown woman. This wasn't a brown Hispanic woman. This wasn't like a black woman. This was a white woman. This was like more than like, I don't know where she was from. I didn't catch that. Don't know if she's like, I don't want to say Canadian or something, or that feels stupid, but probably from Europe or Russia or something. I don't know. Or they're deporting a lot of Russians and Ukrainians, or they're trying to. But I don't know exactly where she was from. I missed that part. But it was causing things. They're shooting white women like this. Can you imagine?
CBS Evening News anchor Tony Dokoupil pressed President Trump's border czar, that's Tom Homan, last night on whether ICE was acting with excessive force.
I'm not going to make a judgment.
I feel like
call
that's obviously
on one
excessive
video.
force.
There's 100 videos
They
out
shot
there.
her.
I wasn't on the scene. I'm not an officer that may have body cam video. I have not seen ICE act outside of policy. And if they are acting outside of policy, I'm not aware of it, there will be an investigation that will be held accountable.
CBS
this
News
is in
correspondent
policy?
Usher Qureshi is in Minneapolis and can provide more on this story. Good morning, Usher. What happened exactly, specifically before the footage that we just witnessed?
Good morning, Errol. Well, what you can see happening is that the vehicle was parked. It was sideways in the roadway, partially blocking, it appears, the roadway. You do see the driver passing, putting their hand out the window and asking people to continue to pass the line. At least twice we saw it. And one car passes before an agent gets out of a vehicle, walks up to this person's car and tries to open the door before she reverses and then starts to drive forward. And as she's driving forward, another agent is seen at the front end of that vehicle,
she drives forward.
opening
Never mind. I was
fire.
like,
And as she pulls past him, he continues to fire. And then she crashes into a vehicle a short while down the road.
So you fired more than
And
once?
what do we know about the victim and the ICE agent involved, Usher?
Well, the victim has been identified as a 37-year-old. Her name is Renee Good. She was a U.S. citizen. City leaders say that she was a legal observer monitoring.
U.S. citizen, yeah. So that changes. I mean, even in this I feel like them just shooting somebody like that. Even at the speed she was not gonna hurt anybody. Like, it really does not feel like she was speeding into anybody from that perspective. But there's not. I need to see one from in front of the car. I really do. But I still feel like no matter what, that was an abuse of power. They headshotted her or whatever through the car. She was a U.S. citizen, which makes this even more stupid.
At the time, she was not the target of.
I did see stuff online saying that she was like a bad person and all this. They were doing the same thing with George Floyd. That still has no. He fucking no-scoped her through the front shield window.
Any ICE arrest.
This should not be a thing
now,
that's just happening in the streets of America.
In that first incident right there, when she was driving, she was shot in the head. She was taken to Hennepin County Medical Center, where she was pronounced dead. As far as the ICE agents that is involved in this situation, he has not been publicly named, Errol, and two federal sources tell CBS News that he's part of an ICE enforcement and removal operations team. DHS Secretary Kristi Noem said the agent was also taken to the hospital and then released.
We heard from the border czar Tom Homan in saying that he needs to see more footage. He's not exactly ready yet to determine if this was a use of excessive force, but local officials seem to have seen enough already. How are they reacting to this?
Right, absolutely. As we've heard from Mayor Fry, as we've heard from Governor Walz, Mayor Fry says, don't believe this, what's being presented here. They don't believe that there was an imminent threat in that video. Governor Tim Walz, as you mentioned, has said that this is propaganda. They say that what's happened here is clear, that vehicle was not being weaponized. This was a citizen who was trying to leave the area, and that the use of force was unnecessary and beyond what was reasonable.
All right, Usher Qureshi live for us there in Minneapolis. Usher, thank you. CBS News correspondent Natalie Brand joins us from the White House with more on this. Natalie, what is the reaction from the administration to this shooting?
Reaction from administration. Let's see this real quick.
Good morning, Errol. We're learning some new reaction from the president himself in a new interview with the New York Times. He called it a terrible situation, but argued that the woman was at fault. In one quote, he said, "I want to see nobody get shot. I want to see nobody screaming and trying to run over policemen either." Now, his comments echoed what he had also posted on social media, saying that he viewed a clip of the incident and alleges the woman, quote, violently and willfully ran over the ICE officer, who he said seems to have shot her in self-defense. He says the situation is being studied in its entirety, but blamed the radical left for threatening and targeting law enforcement and ICE officers. Now, Minnesota's Democratic senators are pushing back.
But he's already picked a side. So, but yeah, that was my reaction to the video. I obviously wasn't very unbiased in this one because for obvious reasons. But let me know what you guys think. I am open to hear your opinions, and if you are on the right or whatever, I'm not trying to pick right or left here. I'm just picking. This woman was. I mean, I'm definitely not right-sided at all. I don't know enough about politics to be on either side, but I definitely do not side with the right. But yeah, just let me know what you guys think about this video, or what do you think about this video. Let me know what you want me to react to next. Peace out.